Look, Lord have mercy, you cursed me with this blessing. You gave me a shield and weapon, but turns out I be that weapon, huh? I be that one you chosen. The skinny nigga with strength to move a mountain. The baby face assassin that trait from that youth found.
Who's been traumatized wants nothing more than love. But because it's so unfamiliar to them, when they get it, they're suspicious of it and they reject it and they test it and they punish the person who's trying to love them unless they meet somebody who's bad for them. When they meet somebody who's bad for them and is also abusive and is also neglectful, this feels familiar. I know how to navigate this person. I'm going to love you with all my heart. But somebody who's consistent, caring and loving, what's wrong with you? Why are you loving me? This can't be real. Let me test you. Let me swear at you. Let me shout at you. Let me pretend to break up with you. Let me test you. But you, the abusive, neglectful, narcissistic kind of partner, you're exactly what the doctor ordered. I know exactly what to do with you, so I'm going to love you endlessly. The thing is, when you've been traumatized in your childhood, you can't help but look for trauma in adulthood. So you'll look for somebody who will reincarnate that trauma. Somebody, say, for example, parent is abusive, you look for an abusive partner. Parent is absent, you look for an absent partner. You owe yourself the right to feel loved in the correct way. So select wisely. Selection is everything. Because what happens is when you've been traumatized, somebody who feels familiar, even though it's chaotic and horrible, you'll be drawn to them because it feels familiar. And you label that as chemistry. And somebody who's nice, consistent, and caring, you see as boring. And you're like, oh, I don't want that. You owe yourself to look for peace, not pleasure. Because in the long run, that peace will give you that comfort you always craved as a child. But that chaos will rehash all the traumas and you are left feeling so low.
We're shaking, y'all. Zoo Kid, the Rebel, the Wizard. And let's kill this 2023 shit with a goddamn bang. You feel me? It's finna be the last loving war. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm finna drop the bomb on Let's kill this shit, man. Let's really nip this shit in the fucking bud. Cause to me, this is like top 5 fucking things in the fucking world that is harming humanity in itself. And I'm like, fuck that. I think I figured it out. I'm gonna help out. Childhood trauma in general. Shit that you couldn't control that is now affecting your life right now. It is not your fault until it is. Let's get the cat out the bag right now. Let's start from the fucking top. You're not accountable for shit that happened to you in your childhood. Everything was your parents' fault. Good or bad. You had a good childhood or a bad childhood. That was your fucking parents' fucking fault. Period. They made decisions in their life that resulted in that childhood that you had, making a cycle that you're either going to destroy or repeat. You don't want to know for real how you came up to be. If it wasn't genuine love in a marriage between two happy motherfuckers, 10 times out of 10 you grew up under some shit that was not in your control. It was in their hands, not yours. Okay? So naturally, when you become an adult, you're either going to do one or two things. You're either going to break the cycle that's in front of you because you simply do not fucking like it and do different, right? Or repeat the cycle your parents created willingly or unwillingly. Peep game. For the ones that want change, that trauma-filled person that you are, that you experience, that child gotta die. That person has to die. Has to be out. You feel me? If you do not leave that past behind, you're bound to repeat it and blame it on others, on how you grew up. A life filled with excuses and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Some people find that like relatable. You dig what I'm saying? Some people find people to relate to that and create a relationship from that perspective, thus repeating the cycle your parents created for you. You are filled with all this weirdo shit, like you got all these things that a man gotta fucking do, right? If this man in some way, shape, or form lived the same familiar lifestyle you have, but just in a different fucking household, he don't gotta do none of that shit that's on your fucking list of shit. All he gotta do is be his goddamn self, and you're gonna find that nigga attractive. You're gonna wanna change this nigga the whole night because you've seen this shit before and you don't like it and you assume that he doesn't like it either. All because you want change. See, you got main character energy, all because you want change. But I'm gonna get into that. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to change and break that cycle, you can't relate to anyone that is a part of that cycle, and that's including your fucking family. If your family is a bunch of alcoholics and you're not trying to be like them because drinking resulted in a bunch of fucked up shit in your childhood, do you go to them for advice on how to stop drinking? No, you don't. You have to separate yourself from people that is in that cycle. You'll be called lame, weird, goofy, everything under the sun because you can't relate to their trauma, nor do you want to. See? You'll be the black sheep, and that's okay. If you know better, you do better. You dig? Now, for the black sheep, let's work. God works in mysterious ways. Literally. Some of you want change and don't know what it looks like. So you try to change what is familiar to you into some shit you've never seen before. Like trying to turn a street nigga into a hard-working husband and your parents never been married. How did that work? Or some weird shit like, some women would say they would never let a man run to them, right? Because of how their mamas was treated by men and what they've seen. See? But want to be a submissive wife. Like, how the fuck do that work? That is literally the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my life. It contradicts everything. Everything. But some people's whole life is dictated to that perspective. You feel me? Thus, they move on it with conviction. It hopes that they can make a change out of that philosophy. Thus, repeating the cycle for the kids to repeat. Get fall right back into the shit. You try so hard to change that you end up doing the same thing. Just in a different fashion. Same shit, different toilet. Flush, same operation. The devil uses things that is familiar to keep you in the cycle of pain, fun, and partying and excuses. God creates new ways for you to be free from a cycle that you didn't help create, which in turn gives you peace in life. Understand what I just fucking said? The devil manipulates what's familiar to you because he cannot create anything. He can't create nothing out of thin air. You feel me? So he brings something that is familiar to you, that's come from your childhood trauma, that comes from your past and your pain, and make you go, fix it. Like, cause that's what you want, right? You want change, so change him. Change her. When the whole time that's not your motherfucking job, main fucking role, none of that shit. Nigga, you supposed to change you. If you changed you wouldn't even recognize that motherfucker. You wouldn't recognize it, you wouldn't be attracted to that person anymore. See what I'm saying? But it takes a lot because you're saying to yourself, you're not attracted to what you are familiar to. Remember the saying, I remember a pimp said this shit. The nigga said, go for the woman that like you, not the one you like. I couldn't understand that shit for a long ass time. But if you add up what the fuck I just said to what the fuck I just said, you feel what I'm saying? Now everything adds up. Why the fuck every time you go for the motherfucker you want, you feel what I'm saying? It end up either getting the girl or don't get the girl. It's always some frustrating ass shit. It's always some frustrating ass shit. It's always some wild ass shit. You feel what I'm saying? That you are familiar with, that you are trying to dictate because you've seen this shit before. You feel me? Where did it come from? Your past. It's familiar. It's not a created situation. It's nothing new to you. If it's new to you, you deny it. If it's new to you, you deny it because you're not familiar with it. See? Little do you know, you just denied your own blessing. That's what you did. If it's created for you, that means it's a new way. And if it's unfamiliar, you're scared. You're frightened as shit. You don't know what the fuck to do. That means you need to go to the motherfucker that created the situation. See? Not manipulated the situation because it's unfamiliar to you. That's how you know it didn't come from the dude down there. It came from the nigga up here. You feel me? That's how you can dictate it and understand it. They go to your secret. There it is. Devil only manipulates. He cannot create. So whatever is in front of you that is familiar to you, that you do not like, and you're trying to break out of that cycle, you have to separate yourself entirely away from what's familiar to you in order for you to understand what true change is and what peace really looks like. You don't know until you know, right? So how the fuck will you come out of nowhere and try to make some shit up? Because that's what you're doing. You're building a nigga or building a bitch that come from the same thing that you come from and trying to make something new that you've never seen before. And then when you get it, you'll deny it because you never had it, dumbass. So you have to change you. You have to murk you, whoever you think you are, and find out who you truly are. That's the only way you can break out of this cycle, because this cycle was not built for you. Or it was built for you, if you want it to be. But if it's not built for you, it's not built for you. This is not for me. None of the bullshit that my parents went through and that shit is not for me. It's not for me. And I hope my kids look at me and say the same fucking thing about my shit when they get up. Because that means that they gonna make a whole new cycle for themselves. That's the whole point of this shit. A whole fucking amusement park full of cycles, nigga, that we all have. We can all get on each other's rides in this motherfucker, but everybody riding the same ride in y'all story. Blaming each other, looking at each other, going up and down this motherfucker, pointing at each other the entire time. It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. And none of you niggas are progressing. Everybody got one ride to ride. Y'all amusement park sounds fun. 2024. Come to my amusement park, baby. I got shit everywhere, nigga. I got roller coasters over here, nigga. I got everything for you. Peace, trust, the whole nine. Come down over here. Come fuck with God. You feel me? Come fuck with the Lord up there. You feel what I'm saying? That's your peace, man. Go to Him. Go to Him. Go to Him. That's all I gotta say. Go to Him. 2024, go to Him. Go to the nigga that could create a whole new fucking situation for you. And then trust it. Trust it. If it's new to you, it's true to you. It's for you. Motherfucker, don't deny your own blessing. Unless you want to go with something familiar. Because that option is always there for you. That's why the devil not fucking with you. You want to say you changing and doing all this extra shit, that nigga laughing at you because he know your ass gonna be at the same spot, the same exact time, the same exact hour, the same exact day. Change my ass. We finna see something. 2024, show me something. Fuck your childhood trauma. I can care less. We can care less. Fuck your childhood trauma. Nigga.